bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. I bet all my money, and up comes a double on Cut Sharks. And here's the host of Cut Sharks, Jim Perry.
You got that before me, Jay. Hello there. Welcome to Cut Sharks. Oh, that's a terrible thought. We don't want those doubles. Thank you for joining us. And this opening poem was sent in by Elizabeth Amstutz from, I can't believe the name of this town, Pahrump, Nevada. Pahrump, Nevada. Elizabeth, thank you. You're out there watching us on KVBC Channel 3. Don't mean to make fun of your hometown. I just never heard of it. Now let's get to the cards. Janice and Lone, start loading them in. Then we'll meet our card sharks. Hello there, Jackie Cochran, our champion.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
And again, a little reminder about Jackie Cochran.
Well, I'm a school teacher on a sabbatical leave, working on my master's at UCLA. And by the way, I have a sailboat. It's a Sabbath. It will carry 2 adults, and it's unsinkable, except I swamped it and it sank once.
How can it sink if it's unsinkable?
Well, it didn't turn over, which is the technicality. It just filled with water and went to the bottom.
Right down the bottom. Right?
Me in it.
I'm sure the manufacturer will be happy to hear that, Jackie.
Right. No name company.
Jackie's done very well. $3,700 in cash here.
Yes, right.
And the challenger, Chick Saunders. Nice to see you again, Chick.
Oh, glad to be back.
Now, Chick, we found out on the last show that you started at a young age being a gambler and very successful.
That's correct.
And you became a private detective.
Yes.
And from that, you've become a minister. What else could you possibly have done?
I'm a brown belt in Kung Fu, karate, belt holder in Shotokan Judo, a chess player, play football with the varsity team, in a high school situation. I'm a little old for that, but I still do it. Softball, baseball. In fact, I'm a manager of a softball team, and they call me. I'm the only pastor with a shirt that says Mad Dog Saunders. That's true.
Now, you have a brown belt in
Kung Fu.
In Kung Fu, and what's the other one?
It's what's a beginning belt? It's a white belt in Shotokan Judo.
Right. Yeah, you are a minister.
I'm a minister.
You are figuring out if you cannot convert them, you can kick them out of them, right? That'll do it.
Well, if they fall asleep. That's what
they fall asleep. Get them. Nice to have you both back. You cut the cards at the beginning of the match?
Yes.
Then we'll pick up where we left off with these nice people. We played the best 2 games out of 3. And as we left off, looking at the board, Jackie has uncovered a 5 as her base card, needs 4 cards. Chick has moved over. He now has a 9, needing 1 card. And we left off at sudden death. Someone has to win game 1 on this play of the cards. Chick, the question to you. Chick, we asked 100 first grade kids, have you ever gotten bubble gum stuck in your hair? How many first graders have gotten bubble gum stuck in their hair?
Well, having children, 6, and having them all have gone through first
6
grade.
children?
6 children. I would say that will be quite common. I would think 65.
65 out of 100 first graders have gotten bubble gum stuck in their hair. Jackie, you're a teacher.
Bubble gum is the greatest thing because you really try to blow the largest bubble. And so blowing the largest bubble, the first thing is going to come in contact beyond your face is your hair. It's got to be higher.
Higher than that?
Higher than that.
If it is higher, Jackie, you'll have control. If not, it'll be Chick. The actual number of first graders who have gotten bubble gum stuck in their hair is 55. Not higher. Chick has it. Chick, you've got control. It is sudden death. You have a 9. You could, of course, change it if you'd like and turn over 1 card. Jackie is a 5. She needs 4 cards. You've got control. Play or pass?
Yes, I'll go with the odds, and I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass it.
I'll give it to
Jackie,
Jack.
that means if you can turn them all over, you win the game. 1 mistake, the game belongs to Chick. With a 5, what do you say?
Higher, higher.
Higher than a 5. It is an 8.
Oh, dear. I'm going to go higher.
Higher again? Yes, a 9. Halfway there.
Okay, let's go with the odds. Lower.
Lower than a 9. No, it's not lower. And Chick wins it in sudden death. Game 1 of the challenger. Well, Chick, I can't say as I blame you for that. With 4 cards to go, that's a pretty good time to pass.
Right.
So game 1, and now as Janice deals out, same 2 decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck. We'll start game 2 with a question to you, Jackie.
Okay.
Jackie, you've come from behind before, though, I believe, right?
Yes.
Now she's got to do it again. Jackie, we found 100 men who have been divorced 3 or more times. You're coming from behind, and who have been divorced 3 or more times. So we asked them, while you were married, were you ever unfaithful to a wife? How many divorced men admitted they had been unfaithful during 1 or more of their 3 marriages?
I can't believe it. 3 times married, somebody's playing around there, and I believe it's a man. It has to be a pretty high number. I'd say 75.
75. So what you're saying, you figure that's the main reason they got divorced, huh?
That's right.
Jackie says 75 out of 100. You are a psychologist and a minister. What do you think of this, Chick?
I believe that to be 75, that would take a great deal, and that would say something about our society as a whole, even though it is rotten. So I'm going to have to say that it's lower.
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 In other words, society is rotten, but not quite that rotten.
Right.
Is that it?
Right.
Jackie says 75. Chick says lower. The actual number of divorced men who admitted they had been unfaithful is 74 by one. Chick has it. 74.
Great.
And
Great.
Chick starts with a 2.
Oh, higher.
Higher than a 2. A 7.
Freeze.
As a gambler, he was tempted.
I was tempted.
We move over the freeze bar. Chick, the question to you. Chick, we surveyed 100 women who have had a baby within the past 6 months. And we asked them, when you think back to the day your baby was born, which do you remember more vividly, the pain or the joy? How many new mothers remember the joy?
Oh, I believe that joy is remembered more than any pain. That passes, but the joy is there. I would say that's going to be high. I would think 80.
80 out of 100 say the joy more vividly than the pain. Jackie?
Well, I think that you do remember the joy because of the little baby, but if it's 6 months in and they've been up with the 2 o'clock feeding and all that other stuff, they're probably going to remember it, and I'm going to say it's a little lower.
You're adding some new pains there, Jackie.
Right, exactly. All of the pain.
The actual number of new mothers who remember the joy more vividly is 78 by 2. It is lower. Chick won the last one just barely, and Jackie gets this one the same way. So Jackie starts game 2 with a jack.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go a little lower.
Playing the jack lower? No, it's not lower. Took a chance. It didn't pay off. Chick a free chance off the 7.
Since it's free, I'm going to go higher.
Higher than a 7? No. Couldn't take advantage of it. Janice will fill in the spaces with the next cards off the top of your decks. And Jackie?
Okay.
We asked 100 single women. Have you ever canceled a date at halftime? We were talking about you played football, Chick. We'll put this in your words. See how I make everything blend? 100 single women. Have you ever canceled a date at halftime because of a man's illegal use of hands? How many women said they've walked out in the middle of a date because a man couldn't keep his hands to himself?
I think a lot of ladies have spent a lot of time in phone booths calling for mother or a roommate because somebody's just gotten a little too fresh. I think a lot of them probably have done that, possibly as high as 60.
60?
60.
You have a way of embellishing, Jackie. That's wonderful. Jackie says 60 out of 100 have canceled a date in the middle because a man couldn't keep his hands to himself, Chick.
Our society has changed a lot, become more
and
liberal.
It's rotten, I know.
Yes. But it's changed a lot, so I would say that it's less, so it'd be lower.
Lower than that. I don't think they walk out on that, isn't it? 60 for Jackie, lower for Chick. The actual number of women who have canceled a date because a man couldn't keep his hands to himself is 48. Chick is right. It is lower. Chick, you're looking at a 7.
Would you please change that 7?
And the 7 becomes a king.
Oh, that's good. So let's go lower.
Lower than a king. Yes, a 4.
Right. Higher.
Higher than a 4. An ace.
An ace. Lower.
We have a new champion. If it's lower, we do. Chick wins it. And Jackie, we have to say goodbye.
Oh, thank you so much.
$3,700.
Not bad.
Hey, good luck with the studies, and I hope you become a high school principal. That would be nice.
Thank you very
Jackie.
much. Everybody's been great.
Thank you, Jackie. Jackie Cochran.
Okay, bye-bye.
Chick Saunders, come on down here, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Going back to your gambling ways here in a moment, right?
Well, yes.
Yes. And that means the money cards right after this.
Here we go. Lower than the jack. It's a deuce. All of it lower than the ace.
Card Sharks, weekdays at 4:30. Brought to you by Consumer Cellular, where low rates and award-winning service are just the beginning.
Back with our new champion, Chick Saunders. You got the money cards?
I sure did.
How'd they feel?
Great.
Let's get to them. Come on, Chick. Hop on up.
All right.
Here we go. And the $200 you won in the game, you're going to throw that in your pocket as we give you $200 of new money with the money cards.
Great.
3 cards to bet as you will. Up to the second level, we'll add another $200. 3 more cards. Minimum bets, remember, $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, where you must risk at least half the money. Chick, we're with you. You're a delight. Let's see you come off with some money.
Thank you.
Here's $200. And remember, too, you can change that base card on each level if you need to. Thank you, Lois. $200 and a 3.
I'll bet all of it $200 higher.
All of it $200. That this card is higher than a 3. It is with a 4.
Good. That's let's see. I've got 400 now. I'm going to go all of it higher.
Ooh, a lot of 2s, 3s, and 4s out. I hope you're right. $400 higher than a 4. It is.
Oh, good. All right, I'm going to go $50 higher.
He doesn't like this one, and a minimum bet, $50 higher. It is higher.
Good.
$850, a nice job on the bottom line. We're going to move up the jack and give you the other $200. You have $1,050. Do you want that jack?
I think I'm going to keep the jack, even though the other cards are low.
You're going to keep it.
And I'm going to go on the jack, dollars lower.
$200. Lower than a jack? Yeah, he's right. Good. And a deuce.
All right, I'm going to go on... I sure wouldn't want to hit a double, so I'm going to go $1,000 higher.
$1,000 higher than a 2. Yes.
Good.
Up the middle with an 8 now. Be careful.
All right, I'm going to go $50 higher.
We haven't seen many high ones. Let's see one real high. $50 higher. No. As the first one fails you, it was only for $50. We're going to move up to 6. First important decision, do you want?
Yes, I'm going to change that, please.
All right, big change. You've got $2,200. And for the big bet, Chick will play. Oh, a 7. Chick, you must bet at least $1,100. You have $2,200. You're near the middle with a 7. What's your big bet?
I'll go half. I'll have to go because of the cards higher.
And now's the time to see a big one. $1,100. Higher than a 7. It is! And it's $3,300. 200 in the game. A nice round $3,500, Chick.
Great. Thank you.
Job.
Thank you.
See, it's good you remember those gambling days from your youth.
Right.
Chick, come on down here. Very nice job. $3,500 for the champion and a new challenger coming out in a moment right after we take time out for this.